Welcome to Bad Gear, the show about the world's most hated audio tools. After last week's very lo-fi Yamaha SU10 episode, I thought we should crank it up another notch and get even more crusty and grungy with the legendary Casio SK1 sampling keyboard. This 1985 or 1986 instrument was released in a time when sampling was a dark and mysterious art, reserved for an exclusive circle of well-heeled musicians and upscale research facilities. The SK1 changed the game entirely and made this technology available to a wider public. While even the budget-friendly Akai S612 was originally sold for around $1,000, the introductory price of this little sampler keyboard was $139. Casio sold over 1 million SK1s, and according to countless reviews on the internet, most of them were, at some point of time, used by teenagers to drive siblings and parents insane by sampling words and body noises that would not be deemed suitable for a traditional family dinner. At least some of these teenagers became successful musicians, and the list of artists who used and still use the SK1 in their professional career is long. John Frusciante, Trent Reznor, Kimbra, Wolfpack, Attacker and Fatboy Slim are just the tip of the iceberg. What is more, YouTubers love the SK1. Retro Sound recreated the famous original horse ad, Aspen Croft made an entire track with it, and Nakey Jakey's beer song is, of course, a work of art. As frequent viewers of Bad Gear know all too well, this channel is completely free of BS. There is no infantile humor whatsoever, and therefore we will use the SK1 for serious music production exclusively. Let's get right to it. At the first glance, the Casio SK1 is ticking all the vintage toy keyboard boxes. 8 preset sounds including a very lo-fi piano, a voice and drum sample with an odd delay, and 2 organs. The brass ensemble is really nice. Casio included 11 of the bleep and blip based rhythms the brand is often associated with, and the accompaniment section knows more chords than I do. There are some pro features as well. First and foremost, the famous sampler with a resolution of 8-bit, 9.38 kHz and a maximum sample length of 1.4 seconds. You can sample your own sounds using the built-in microphone or an external source and even set a loop. I really enjoyed the basic additive synthesizer, which is based on a simplified Hammond-style drawbar interface. The 4-voice polyphony can either be played by hand or managed using the rudimentary 3-track sequencer. Non-keyboard players like me step through pre-recorded musical phrases using the 1-key play buttons. Sounds can be edited with a respectable array of envelope presets, and portamento and vibrato are nice in spite of the fixed time constant of both effects. There's a built-in speaker, a battery compartment, mini jack ins and outs. The demo mode is set up for a burp and belch version of Leopold Mozart's Toy Symphony. And the unit seems like it can take some abuse. Oh, I almost forgot. The sampler will go to sleep every 7 minutes, followed by an acute case of amnesia. Your sample and all your settings will be gone forever. The times when you could find an SK1 at your local Goodwill for a few bucks are most probably over, so I am thankful that I could borrow one from my dear friend Jürgen of I Like Sci-Fi Games and Music. The Casio SK1 is a highly respected cultural artifact, and its sounds are loved by 80s kids of all ages. How the hell did it get 1 out of 5 stars on Vintage Synth Explorer? You have already heard the Casio SK1 in today's intro tune. If you can't avoid it, embrace it. The signature rhythms and presets of the SK1 are legendary, but let's test drive the sampler and additive synth engine in this classic split-screen jam. This is as lo-fi as it gets without using a wax cylinder phonograph. I wouldn't want to have that amount of crunch on all of my sounds, but I really enjoyed the drum loop and bass sample. Great for trip-hop and old-school East Coast rap music. The additive synth section is nice too. The sound of the SK1 is unique, for better or worse, and many musicians like to expand its vocabulary via circuit bending or by simply adding effects. We will stick to the latter in this lo-fi Hans Zimmer jam. The lower octave created by the Electro-Harmonix Micro Porg added quite some weight to the otherwise mid-rangey sound, and combining it with a more high-end instrument like the Digitakt works well. Let's stay in the cinematic realm and have a closer listen to what the SK1 can do for us in this Halloween comes early this year 8-bit trance postmodern silent movie music. Of course, talking bad about the Casio SK1 should be outlawed by international conventions. The quirky yet functional interface and feature set, the 80s looks, the pop cultural relevance and, last but not least, a very unique sound turned it into the classic it is today. Given all that, making actual music with it is not always easy. It is finicky about its output levels, there's a lot of noise even when run on batteries, the signals are riddled by strange resonances, and the widely praised lo-fi artifacts are, at least in my humble opinion, hit or miss. The Casio SK1 is maybe best described as the lyre of the digital bard. It's a great tool for entertaining people, even non-musicians are fascinated by its charm, and you can still resort to sampling body noises when you run out of ideas. Thanks for watching and see you next time! Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the episode. Feel free to like, subscribe, become a patron and leave a comment what other kind of gear you would like to see and hear on the show.